The Last Leaf by O. Henry is a touching story about friendship, sacrifice, and hope in moments that seem hopeless. Sue and Johnsy are two young female artists who live together in an apartment in the Greenwich Village neighborhood of New York City. Nearby lives Mr. Berman, an old painter who has spent his entire life dreaming of creating a masterpiece but has never accomplished it. Sue, Johnsy, and Mr. Berman all share a powerful passion for art. The story begins in November as the cold winter settles in. Unfortunately, Johnsy falls seriously ill with pneumonia, and the doctor says she has only a 1 in 10 chance of survival. However, he asks that her chance can only become real if Johnsy has the will to live, something he doubts she has. When he asks if Johnsy has any reason to keep going, Sue tells him that Johnsy dreams of painting the Bay of Naples someday. Nevertheless, the doctor suggests that she needs a stronger reason to live. Sue assures him that there's no romantic connection in Johnsy's life that might serve as that reason. Johnsy, weak and losing hope, lies in bed day after day, her eyes fixed on the ivy vine outside the window. In despair, she believes her fate is tied to the last few leaves on the vine. She tells Sue that when the final leaf falls, it will be her time to leave this world too. Hearing this, Sue grows deeply worried about her friend. She tries her best to comfort and care for Johnsy, but all her efforts seem futile. In her desperation, Sue turns to Mr. Berman. After hearing about Johnsy's condition and her fears surrounding the last leaf, Mr. Berman says little but knows in his heart that he must do something. That night, in the midst of a fierce storm, Mr. Berman quietly takes his easel and paints outside. He braves the rain and cold all night to paint an ivy leaf on a brick wall opposite Johnsy's window, a leaf that looks so real it's nearly indistinguishable from the actual vine. The next morning, when Johnsy opens her eyes, she is surprised to see that the leaf is still there, even though fierce winds had blown through the night. This sight sparks new hope within Johnsy, and she realizes her mistake in letting illness and despair take control of her will to live. She becomes determined to recover, and finally, the doctor announces that she is out of danger and will be well again. It is then that Sue sadly tells Johnsy that Mr. Berman had passed away from pneumonia. The building's janitor had found him 2 days earlier, soaked, freezing, and in great pain. Near him were a ladder, a lamp, his palette, and brushes. Despite the biting cold and rain, Mr. Berman had gone out to paint the ivy leaf on the wall after the real one had fallen. Sue calls it Berman's masterpiece. In the end, Mr. Berman created his masterpiece, a single leaf that brought hope and renewed will to Johnsy's life. His sacrifice not only saved a life, but also left a lasting lesson of kindness, forever reminding others of the warmth of humanity in the cold winter.